Hi everyone, Brittany Crickbaum here. Just wanted to go ahead and highlight some of my key components that I was able to take away out of the assignments 1 through 5 for my personal selling class. First of all, I want to go ahead and talk about how my personal brand assignment has enabled me to become more successful in the social selling process and uncover my internal strengths and weaknesses, as well as my external opportunities and threats through my SWOT analysis in Assignment 1. In Assignment 1, my internal strengths could definitely include the fact that I am a type 1 diabetic. I have been a type 1 diabetic for about 2 years now, so that definitely gives me an upper hand in my pharmaceutical sales industry that I want to go into. A weakness would definitely include maybe how I relate to this industry on more of a personal level. Some people could see that as a strength. I could definitely see it as a weakness because my number one goal for selling products would not be to make money. It would be finding a resolution to patient needs and their daily struggles. So some companies could see that as a strength. I could see it as a weakness if I'm not in for just the money and selling the products. I'm in for the long run, helping the patients and finding resolutions. Externally, opportunities could include factors like the medication and technology, how it's evolving at a tremendous rate. And I could also partake in being a test patient. Being a test patient is absolutely one of the biggest opportunities and benefits that I could see for the industry that I want to go into, because I can try out the medications and the devices that these new patients will be using and that I will initially be selling, which is great. External threats could be components of other pharmaceutical companies trying to push their products in this industry. There is a lot of competition within the pharmaceutical sales industry, okay? So everyone's competing to try to push their products out, try to push their devices out, and how their components and products are better than another competitor. So that's definitely some of the key components that I have taken away from the Assignment 1. Now in Assignment 2, in regards to my personal brand positioning, my personal brand will enable me to find a job that I am passionate about, sell products, and make a difference to diabetics globally. My personal brand is also there to create a better reputation for pharmaceutical reps. I know that a lot of pharmaceutical reps are seen in a negative light because, doctors see it as an expectation that they have to meet with these pharmaceutical reps, and they don't see it as an advantage or benefit to the doctors. I want to build relationships with my doctors and my patients that I go to meet with. I want to see them as an opportunity. I want them to look at me in a positive light instead of more of an obligation. Within my brand positioning, I also want to incorporate my personal touch and my experience in diabetes as a whole. With that being said, my personal touch and my experience in diabetes is going to demonstrate why I'm so dedicated to this industry and why I'm so passionate about it. So that's definitely some of the huge components and takeaways for my Assignment 2 in regards to my brand positioning as well. Looking into Assignment 3, I started looking into how I can start using social media to build my online persona on LinkedIn. So by using LinkedIn more effectively and efficiently, I can connect with more people in my desired industry. I can increase my score of my SSI. I never even knew what an SSI was until this class, I'm going to be honest. Your SSI evaluates how your social selling index compares to other people as well. Within your SSI, it looks at components like how well you establish your personal brand, how well you are finding the right people, how engaged you are with insights, and how you're building relationships. So each of those components will contribute to your SSI score. Now, when I started this, I started at a 3.43 in February. As of April 7th, I jumped to a 10.42, and now I'm at a 23.29 for my SSI score. So it definitely has evolved. Jumping 20 points in a matter of a couple months is huge. So I'm definitely excited about that, and I'm excited to see how high I can get my SSI score, because as I began to transition out of graduating college and starting into my actual desired industry, I definitely think that I'm going to be able to connect more, build those relationships with people in my industry, and go ahead and increase that SSI score. With that being said as well, I can promote my brand by being more personable with people on LinkedIn and my profile. I want to share more of my stories. I will probably go ahead and post this video as well, along with other videos, just to share my experience and where I'm at with my industry, with my experience being a diabetic, and so I can help spread my name in the industry and show that I do have experience and how passionate I am about going into the pharmaceutical sales business for diabetic sales, okay? So, number one, I want to build relationships. Social selling and selling all over, number one thing, we need to build relationships with the people that are around us. I want to connect with more people in my industry. I want to see what's new in the industry, and I want to stay up to date with that. So, definitely can promote my brand with that as well. Once I start looking at, jobs after I graduate, definitely think that my SSI score will increase, and I want to stay connected on LinkedIn with everybody else in my industry. Moving to assignment 4, I went ahead and I discussed the Dexcom, okay, because I have experience with it. I know what it is. I use it every day, and I think it is a great device, and I definitely want to get the word out about it. Not a lot of people know about it. So diabetics, they have to poke their fingers multiple times a day to check their blood glucose level, okay? So their sugars in their blood. As you can imagine, it's really hard and difficult on your fingers. Start callousing, whatever it may be. Well, this is the Dexcom, okay? This little device is very simple, very easy. So you just go ahead, you insert it into your arm, and this little needle will actually stay in your arm. That will read your glucose level at any time, and then you just go ahead and you attach this tiny little computer to the top right here, and that just stays on your arm. You don't have to poke your finger. You don't have to do anything like that. This little computer will read and monitor your glucose levels, and then you can go ahead and download the Dexcom app onto your phone. So every time a diabetic wants to see their blood glucose level, all they have to do is go onto the Dexcom app. They have to just look at it, and it'll tell you if your blood is spiking, stabilizing, decreasing. That way it can prevent you from having huge increases in your blood sugar or major crashes as well. Very scary for both type 1 and type 2 diabetics. So assignment 4 was just, talking about that Dexcom and those benefits. I was actually a test patient for the Barbara Davis Center as well, using the Dexcom, and now I use it every day, and I would not go back to just poking my finger. So great device there. Assignment 5 just kind of explains a little bit about, where I see myself in this industry. So the pharmaceutical industry, since I graduated high school, I knew that I wanted to go into pharmaceutical sales. Didn't know that I wanted to go into diabetic sales yet. Didn't even know about diabetics. But after being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, found a great opportunity to go ahead and incorporate my experience with type 1 diabetes into my industry and what I want to go into. So it's a little bit about my assignment, my personal brand. Before this class, I didn't even know how to post anything to LinkedIn, and now I am engaging with more people in my industry. I can start building my personal brand on various social media accounts, and I'm very excited to see where my personal brand will go from here. Thank you so much for listening, and I really found this assignment to be beneficial.